Good morning, Stonewall. How are you doing?
Hi, guys. Good morning.
It is.
Welcome to
Wednesday. Wise Word Wednesday.
It is a day full of wisdom, everyone.
It is. And you know out there that I am standing to two very wise individuals that I get to call my friends.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Maybe we're wise together.
Yes.
Like,
We
one
added
combined component of wisdom. I'm Ms. Boswell, your school counselor.
And I'm Miss Lindsay.
And we have our very wise and wonderful friend,
Mr. Sizemore with CIS. You know, as you were thinking about wise combining, guys, I was thinking of Abbott and Costello.
That too. That's probably more.
Yeah,
they're wise, but man, they are hilarious like Abbott and Costello.
Or we're just the Three Stooges.
Yeah, that works too.
And if there were Three Stooges, who am I? What are you saying? Who am I? Okay, on Wise Word Wednesday, we are coming to you from Support You News. You know, our two friends are looking at us like saying, it is, yes.
They probably don't even know who the Three Stooges are. Definitely don't know who Abbott and Costello are, but it's okay.
It's all
Have
right.
to get our references.
Guess what? This gives us a point of having some wisdom in our class today. It's a research topic.
There you go.
Yes,
There you go.
absolutely.
Love it.
Wisdom everywhere. All right, and on Wise Word Wednesday, we have two very wise friends joining us. We have Sophie and Angel.
Come on in, friends,
Come
and
on
say
in,
hello
say
to Stonewall. Are you guys ready to share your wisdom with us today?
All right.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
All right, and today on Wise Word Wednesday, we are going to be reading out of a new book, and it is called Character Building Day by Day by Ann D. Mather and Louise B. Weldon. Are y'all ready? Okay, today our story is called The Procrastinator. The first time someone called Damon a procrastinator, he thought he was getting a compliment. The word sounded big and important. Then he asked his dad what it meant. A procrastinator is a person who puts things off until the last possible minute, his dad said. Now that he knew what it meant, Damon could understand why he'd been called a procrastinator. He remembered lots of times he'd procrastinated in the past couple weeks. He put off doing homework one night and then had to do that instead of reading his new novel before bed. He procrastinated getting ready for the school car wash fundraiser last weekend and ran around the house looking for towels, wash mitts, and buckets he'd promised to bring. When he showed up late, everyone was waiting for him. Some cars had left without buying a wash because there weren't enough supplies to do the job. And last week was a big one. His mom asked him several times to take the garbage to the curb, but he put it off and put it off. When he finally brought it down, the garbage truck had already passed their house. Damon and his whole family were reminded of his procrastinating habit all week long whenever they went in the garage and smelled the week-old trash. So why do you think people might procrastinate? Can you think of a reason that someone might put something off or procrastinate?
They forget.
Maybe they forget. Why else?
Maybe they don't want to do it.
It's something they don't want to do. Is taking the garbage out very much fun?
Or they lose it.
They might. So is it okay to procrastinate as long as you get it done eventually? Maybe.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes in certain situations.
How about in the instance of the trash? Was it okay?
No.
When might it be an okay time to procrastinate?
Like when you want to read a book and then your mom says it's time to bed, but you really need to read that book.
Okay, so maybe if you put it off a little bit further and you don't have as much time to read it, but you still get to do a little bit. Okay, I follow what you're saying.
What about some problems? We heard about several from Damon, right, that can come from procrastinating. Are there any you can think of problems that might come from procrastinating? Maybe it's on schoolwork or an assignment or a project.
Forget your mom tells you to do your homework, you don't do it.
Then what happens?
You don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on. You don't learn the material, or you have to get up early the next morning to do it before school, or you get a 0 for not doing that assignment,
Yeah.
right? So does procrastinating just affect you, or can it affect those around you as well?
Around you as well.
Damon showed us that in the story, didn't
Like
he?
when he took out the trash and every
And
time.
everyone had to smell stinky, week-old garbage, didn't they?
And
Yes.
sometimes that comes with consequences too,
Mhm.
doesn't it, right?
You
So
can
like
get
if you
grounded.
don't do your work at
Yep.
school, you get a bad grade or you don't get to have your recess. Or at home, you may get grounded. You're exactly right. I live with two of my kids are procrastinators. You know who you are out there. And one of them is not. You know who you are too. And so it can change that family dynamic,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
It can kind of impact the morning flow and all that stuff, for sure. How about you? Are you a procrastinator or do you just get things done?
Sometimes when like I really want to do something, that I really want to do something else, I start something that I set off to the side, but I
You
really
get
need to do that one
distracted.
thing. I get
a
really
project
distracted.
starter. A better starter than a finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. What about you, Angel? Are you a procrastinator or do you kind of just
Most-
get to it?
Most of the time I just get to it.
Yeah, I would.
good.
I think that about
Especially when it comes to cleaning up. I just want to get over
Get it
it.
over with. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
So I just
I'm
do
with
it.
you.
I just do it, and then
Because like I
go.
have better things to do than cleaning.
you. Yeah, I need you guys to come teach
Yes,
teach some
absolutely.
lessons at my house. That's how you feel about cleaning.
Seriously.
What about you, Miss Lindsay? Are you a procrastinator or are you just kind of get in there and do what needs to be done?
I think the older I get, the less I procrastinate. Maybe when I was in school, I put things off a little bit, like assignments that I didn't really want to do or classes that I didn't really want to do. But now, as an adult, having to take care of my own home and take care of my kids and all of their stuff, I think it's a lot harder to procrastinate. And I've seen what happens when I do, and I wait till the last minute, and it stresses me out. So now I try to stay more on top of things and just go ahead and knock it out so that you can enjoy doing the other things and relaxing and not have to be worried about that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what about you?
I think I tend to procrastinate more on like things for myself, like that self-care component, you know,
Yes.
because I get to those things that I need to do for other people, my kids, my family, at school, at work, but then I procrastinate on taking care of self sometimes. So,
Yes.
and that's a really important thing that we need to do is kind of judge kind of where we are within ourselves and be sure that that's part of our routine too, and not procrastinate on our own balance, because that impacts our relationships with everyone else, doesn't it? If we're cranky because
Take
we're
care of
not
other people.
being good to ourselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always something to think about. Well, guys, you did a great job today, and thank you so much for being part of Wise Word Wednesday. We've loved having you. Stonewall Jackson, talk about it in your class. What do you think about procrastination? Where do you fall on that spectrum? Write about it, talk about it. We'd love to hear from you, and we hope you have a wonderful and wise Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I like turtles.